Do you want to have an overview of a random phenomenon? You can use the tool named Probability Distribution. I will explain what is the probability distribution and how to use it to understand our world in the next 5 minutes. When dealing with a random event, we can use the random variables to represent it, and there is a probability associated with each random variable. By doing this, we build a bridge that connects math and the real world. For example, when studying the earthquake, magnitude is the random variable, and there will be a probability associated with each magnitude level. After having enough statistical data based on the frequentist probability theorem, we will know the probability of each magnitude, a bird view of the event, the earthquake. To sum up, the probability distribution of the random variable is a list of probabilities associated with each of its possible values. Note that the sum of all probabilities for all possible values must equal 1. Furthermore, the probability for a particular value or range of values must be between 0 and 1. The probability distribution gives us an overview of the whole event, makes future analysis easier. Although every random event has its own probability distribution, we can still find commons between them. People's height and IQ seems totally irrelevant. However, they have a similar probability distribution pattern: high probability of average height and IQ, low probability of extremely high or low height and IQ. Low magnitude earthquake happens a lot, but high magnitude earthquake rarely happens, just like the wealth distribution. Because of this similarity, we can use models to describe the probability distribution. As you know, truth is 1. But the wise people know it as many. There are 3 commonly used forms of probability distribution model: formula, tables of variable values and probabilities, and diagram. Building model, we abstract probability distribution to a statistical function that describes the likelihood of an event or outcome. How to build the model? First, choose the right probability distribution model. We can use the normal distribution to describe the probability distribution of people's height and IQ. Use logarithm distribution model to describe the earthquake and the wealth probability distribution. Second, the next job after decide use which model is finding the attribute to fit the event. For example, find the mean and the standard deviation of the probability distribution of people's height and IQ. Of course, there are many complex events out there. We don't know which model to choose. In that case, we can first assume it fits one model and then use the data to test whether it is right or not. For example, economists used to use the normal distribution to describe the stock market and use the model to predict the market change for a short period of time. That model works fine. However, when the economic crisis comes, the extreme, which won't happen for millions of years, being observed many times during a single day. Until that time, economists realize use the normal distribution to describe the stock market is wrong. Be aware, in this case, economists choose the wrong model, but not the model itself is wrong. Just like we can't use jigsaw to drill a hole, there's nothing wrong with the jigsaw, simply because we choose the wrong tool to do the job. 3 takeaways. First, probability distribution indicates the likelihood of an event or outcome. It enables us to have an overview of a random phenomenon. There are 3 commonly used model forms: formula, table, and diagram. Third, probability distribution, like the toolbox, models are the tools inside it. To address the problem, we need to choose the right tool first. I'm always here at your service. See you in the next one.